Please say something in the chat. YouTube is hating me right now. I'll be right back, bruv. He's back. Okay. Same stream. We're good. We're good. Internet went down for like 5 seconds. So that's awesome. Anyway. Let's get back to it. Lock your ribs. Hit a 1 in chat if everything's good. All right. Please let me know. Pull a fib from the bottom to the top. Bottom to the top, we drop. He's gone again. You're Dutch. You better not be messing with me, bro. You better not. You know what? Let's just see. Oh no. What the heck? It started on a whole different stream? Like different thumbnail, different title, different everything. What in the world is going on right now? Anyways, hey, welcome back. I can't even see like who's watching or anything. I've got to go to my phone to see what's going on here. This is wild. I got to share this out. Give me a sec. I can't believe this right now. Internet just had to screw everything right now. Knee stream. New stream. New stream. All right, so that's super cool. Thanks, Xfinity. Thanks, Xfinity. I love that. Oh, that's cool. So my chat is still coming up on the chat widget, which you can see on the screen right there. So, yeah. There we go. All right, so anyways, pulling from here to here because this is the range, okay? This is a range. Let me just go ahead and grab a box. This is a range right here from this low to this high because we broke this high here. So that created this new range. All right. So I go from the low to the high. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me a nice volume profile tool. Okay. And there we go. I think that we do see that 50% retracement, if not a little bit more, before we move back up to the upside. The reason I say a little more is because we do have a little bit of volume gap in here, and volume doesn't pick back up until we get down to about 64K. So I could see buyers start stepping in right before we even get down to this far. We do have a volume spike right here, right about that 66K, 65.9. Now I can go over to, let's go to CoinGlass real quick. CoinGlass.com. You know, we're just doing this. I guess we're doing it live. We're doing it live. Gotta love the live shows. We still here for you, bruv. Thanks, Indie Rock Crypto. All right, let's see. Let's go over to Supercharts. I think it's on. No, it's not Supercharts. Open interest, liquidation map, liquidation heat map. I think it's the liquidation heat map. I think this is what I want to look at. Yeah, there we go. So we do have, of course, it's not gonna. Is this where we? It's not showing enough data. It's not going back enough. 24-hour. Let's go to 3-day. Boop boo doo doo doo. Haha. Still not enough time. Let's go to the weekly. Sorry, I got all kinds of thrown off. There we go. All right. So we do have. Well, maybe they've pulled some orders, but we do have a nice high volume spike down here on the heat map at about 65,700. So that yellow line right there, and those orders started building right around here, and they have not gone away. So I would like to see us push down here and take care of all this, especially since we have all of this liquidity down here. So I would expect us, hope for us to come down here, grab a little bit of that, and then continue to the upside. So going back over to the charts, we can see that that area does coincide with all of this volume right here. So I'm thinking we could see that push down and consolidate for a little bit longer, possibly even, let's see, let's move this out a little bit. Maybe form some type of triangle in here. And then we come up. We come up. Come down. Whoa. Mouse is getting a little wonky on me. Hold on. Moving a little too much. Man, I really hate it when things throw me off. I was in such a groove, and now I'm just like kind of, I gotta shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it. I don't know how the song goes. Y'all know how the song goes. I don't know how the song goes. But anyway, upward trajectory is all I'm saying. I'm just saying, come down, tap the lows, and then come back up, and maybe consolidate a little more, and then really get cranking and moving back up to the upside. So if we zoom out, we can have a better look, a better view of this. And let's go ahead and remove this stuff off of here real quick, so that we can do some wave counting, maybe a little bit of Elliott waves, and see what we've got going on. So my broader picture, if I actually go over to my Bitcoin futures chart, if we go over to, it's one exclamation point. There we go. Bitcoin futures. Yeah, there it is. I already have this kind of counted out. That's why I'm going over here. So this is essentially what I am looking for. Let's come back over here. Let's do the back test of the all-time high. Move this back up to the upside. Blow off top sometime this year, I think. I think possibly we see a blow off top sometime this year. All-time high this year, not 2025 like a lot of people are, most people expect. And you've been following me long enough, you know that I like to go against whatever everybody else is expecting. So, not for everything, because a lot of times, you know, most of the time, the traders that I trust, if we're all kind of on the same page, then it's kind of like, cool. We are all kind of on the same page as far as this cycle. We're in a bull market, right? We're not like crashing anytime soon. You know, black swan event. We're in a bull market. And in my opinion, we are already parabolic. And that means that we are closer to the end than we are the beginning. So exactly what I mean by that, well, if this was to consolidate like this a little more, right, for this year, then I could see us getting into 2025. However, the fact that we are going super parabolic already, that tells me that we've got to start thinking about the possibility of us hitting not new all-time highs. We already did that, but creating our newest, our highest of highs. I don't even know what you call it. Our new all-time high later this year, sometime this year, maybe even during the summer. But the main thing that I'm mostly concerned about is going to be rate cuts. When are we going to get the rate cuts? When we get the rate cuts, that is when I expect to get a lot of volatility, and I would actually like start when they start announcing rate cuts, prices will probably go up depending on where we are in the cycle, we could have already topped by the time they do rate cuts. So that could just help drive us down a little bit further. Same security. What y'all talking about? So interesting, guys. Anyways, I shouldn't have even looked. But yeah, so I just really think that we are. I did the wrong thing right there. I should have just deleted it. There we go. I really think that we're gonna come up. Maybe we get our consolidation after the halving, and then that pushes us up for our nice final blow off top. And then when Bitcoin gets, I can't help it, I'm in Michiganja. It today legalized recreational. When I lived there, they only had medical. But yeah, I lived there for like 9 months. But yeah, y'all be throwing me off. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin dominance. Point is, I'm waiting for rate cuts. When we get the rate cuts, I'm going to be thinking about where we already are in the market. And then full on wreck, come back probably. I prefer the heat, to be honest with you. I prefer warm weather. Y'all can keep the cold weather up there. Please stop sending your polar vortexes down here to the south. I would really greatly appreciate that. But yeah, we could go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, which just continues to rise slowly but surely. It is moving to the upside as it is picking up more dominance in the market, kind of as expected, as it's going into that, more the final, like, kind of, we're not final blow off top, because right now we're working on wave 3, and then we'll have a wave 4 correction on the macro, and then our 5 will send us to the moon. Probably, I'm thinking I know it's a big gap, but anywhere between 150 and 250K is where I see us ending up. But I don't really, honestly, of course, we're always stacking Bitcoin at Lunar Beaches Crypto. We're always stacking it. However, I'm not as focused on Bitcoin other than what is Bitcoin doing. If Bitcoin is moving up aggressively, then alts are mostly sideways. Okay, most alts are sideways or correcting while Bitcoin is moving to the upside. When Bitcoin consolidates, that's when we get the movements in the alts. And then when Bitcoin goes into its retracement, that's when the alts pick back up. Let's see, I did have, well, I guess they got deleted. I did have a whole thing where I had a bunch of alts. I had a bunch of alts on the screen with Bitcoin so that you could. So I had a visual for you guys, but I guess that's gone. So that's cool. I could pull it up real quick. I could create one super fast. All I gotta do is come over to this compare button right here and just do new price scale. New price scale. Good thing I already did, got my memes in here. Where's the stacks? Caspa, Doge, SHIB, AVAX. All right. So typically what we see is, yes, alts do run with Bitcoin into Bitcoin's all-time high. But then a lot of alts, well, which one is this green one? Not Caspa. What, put 2 Doges on here? Okay, so that's Doge. All right, so Doge ran with Bitcoin and had a small retrace. But in Bitcoin's retrace, we can see this blue line, whichever coin it is, doesn't really matter. This blue line, this purple line, and this green line all hit their all-time highs in Bitcoin's retracement rally, which I think was an extended rally. I think it was just, let me just go ahead and delete all this. I believe that the first peak in Bitcoin was the peak, even though we did technically set a new all-time high in the second peak. All the euphoria, laser eyes, diamond hands, all that stuff was in here. That was all right here. Peak euphoria was in here. And even in RSI, let me take that off real quick. Let's go down here. Let's go down to RSI, relative strength index. Even our RSI was peaking, actually peaked here. Okay, and then we've got a, let's go to the weekly because that might show it a little better. So we did get a bearish divergence in here, right, on our weekly chart. And that would have helped us know that, hey, maybe we're about to get a correction, which we did. And then we had an even bigger bearish divergence right here on the weekly chart. But you can see that the momentum, that's the whole point, the momentum wasn't there. And I can do crypto fear and greed index, and the sentiment shows that as well. Like, we didn't get super greedy, nowhere near as greedy as we were over here. So that just tells me that, hey, reposted and commented on your X post on this stream through a question in the comments. On my X? Okay, one sec. So yeah, bearish divergence told us the whole story. I mean, what more do you need on an RSI other than this RSI? Especially on like a higher time frame, RSI is just, I don't know why people poo-poo it so much because it's a lagging indicator. Well, I mean, it still showed us that, hey, we didn't have strength in this moving to the upside. So it's probably not looking good, okay? So point was, I think this was Bitcoin's retrace, just like this. This isn't going to have all the data. Nope. Let me find the Bitstamp chart. So Bitcoin always has a retrace. I'm going to have to go down to smaller time frame. So each cycle, Bitcoin does a retrace before everything crumbles. So back in 2017, when Bitcoin was going into its all-time high right here, you know, not everything went into its all-time high. As a matter of fact, the alts, most of them saw their all-time highs in Bitcoin's retracement right here. So that's what I would expect is for. And it's the same thing. Let's go back another cycle. Get rid of this. And here's your initial dump after your blow off top. And then you have the retrace. And then that is where most of the alts, or a lot of the alts, hit their blow off tops, is in Bitcoin's retrace. And then the whole market crumbles together. That's what happens. That's what has historically happened every time. And I say all that to get back to the original point of, I think that this was our actual top because this is where most of the market peaked. Does that make sense? Because most of the market peaks in Bitcoin's retrace. We just had an extended retrace. So in the cycles, we're kind of actually right on time if we go from this peak right here. That's if you believe in the cycles. I don't even know anymore now that we broke all-time high. To be perfectly honest, but we broke all-time high before the halving. Never happened before. So what do we make of that? Do we think, hey, it's just going to keep doing the same thing? Like, I don't know. Why would it do the same thing is the real question. But if we take the last cycle, or this, the 2017 cycle, we'll just call it the 2017 cycle. This puts our peak right where we were, right here. Okay. Well, that didn't work, did it? Hey, L. Jones, what's going on? And then, but if we put our top right here, then we are ahead of schedule. if we are pulling from the 2016-2017 fractal, which I don't necessarily think this is what we're doing. I think we're actually closer to this cycle right here. I think we just finished off. I think 2021 was this top. I think this was the bear market that we just experienced, and this is what we are seeing now. Get your mind out of the gutter. Make a spider line from the two tops of 2021, and I did not read that comment fast enough. You have a next bull target for Matic? I'll take a look at Matic. I need to take a look at AMP. I'm already 30 minutes in, but we also had a delay, so that was not cool. Hold on, that's what I was doing. I was gonna go see what was just said. This cycle, hold on, don't. This cycle is a little broken. Might need to go back to 2012 cycle, like we were talking about the other day. Might have a much longer cycle, and alt cycle come closer to the end of 2025. I think it all happens this year, if not ends at the beginning. The altcoins, that is, ends their rallies at the beginning of next year. That's just a personal opinion based on where the trajectory that we're already in. Let's go ahead and go over to our total crypto market cap. So 3 trillion was the all-time high. Like I said, market cap's nothing more than a psychological thing. We smashed through 2 trillion, so I can take that off of here now. The next psychological level is going to be $3 trillion. Are we going to break that? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. So if we break that, and let's say we get up to $5 trillion, I think that was probably the next logical leap is from 3 to 5. So that's another $2 trillion in the market. So that could do a couple of things. And remember, this is market cap is just last price times supply. Now it's going to be a little. I actually don't know how they do the total. That's kind of because you got to do like all the cryptos. Like, that's kind of weird. I don't know how they. I don't know how they get these numbers. So, we're just dropping. We're losing money by the second. Oh, we just got started a new day. Okay. Hey, congratulations. We closed another day above all-time high, except lower today. Yay. So yeah, the way that this is already extending to the upside, it just kind of makes me think that we're going to end sooner than later. 3 trillion gets me a little worried from last time's rejection. 1 trillion Mark III is like PTSD. Yeah, I mean, as long as the thing is, I don't know of any companies like Celsius, BlockFi. I don't know if there's another Terra Luna out there. I don't think Coinbase is like FTX, where they're like trading fake crypto. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But they do have like a proof of reserves. So I don't know. I saw somebody saying that just if you think it can happen to FTX but not Coinbase, then you're a fool. I don't know what the exact quote was, but I was just like, I mean, Coinbase is pretty heavily regulated. It's got a lot of scrutiny. FTX was literally like international, but they were doing business like they were using what is it called? What's it called? What's the program called? They were using some kind of QuickBooks. They were using QuickBooks for a multi-billion-dollar company. QuickBooks. They had like 10 people on there. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, under-exaggerating, but it's just not the same situation. There were absolutely no guardrails for FTX International because it was on purpose, So I think vastly different situations between FTX and Coinbase. Now, whether or not Coinbase will update their freaking servers so that they won't crash when we get a tiny little 10x increase, like, come on, guys. How much money have y'all made? For real. Fix your servers. That's all we ask. You're not our only option, but you're one of the best options that we have in the United States, okay? So please get your crap together. That's all I'm asking. But I guess we can be done with this part. Let's go ahead and start looking into altcoins. I did have it in my other title. It was nuts. I couldn't even open the app the other day. Yeah, I didn't even see what I guess I missed it, like, or it just didn't happen to me. Now, because I did get the notification. We are aware that some users are experiencing zero balances and blah 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 blah. Mine never showed a zero balance, but apparently, obviously, a lot of people's did because even Coinbase acknowledged it. But it's just stuff like that is just crazy, especially when you're having a huge liquidation flush like we got, and like, of course, people are sitting there trying to buy the dip. And this is another thing, guys. If you have orders set, because on that note, if you already have limit orders set, I'm pretty sure that those limit orders will still take place even if your app goes down, because they're already in Coinbase's system. So if you do have some spot positions that you want to put in, go ahead and put them in on a limit order. That way, if something does, like, obviously, if it crashes a 10K in an hour or two, that's something that you're going to want to catch, but it's going to be hard to catch because unless you're just watching the charts and you're getting alerts and all that stuff, and it's going to be hard to catch when Coinbase is going down and you don't already have an order in place. So maybe set an order at 60K, just in case. 65K, just in case. Yeah, Coinbase uses one custodial accounts at U.S. banks and/or two invest those funds in liquid U.S. treasuries or three U.S. denominated money market funds in accordance with state money transmitter laws. That's too much for me to process right now. God, look, I just hit buy and sell, and I just come here and tell you guys what I think. I'll dig into that a little later, but right now, it's too much. I can't think that much, okay? I'm in chart mode, all right? I hope you understand. All right, let's take a look at AMP. We have AMP to look at and Matic. Ooh, okay. Well, I already had some kind of charts on here. I mean, some kind of tools, Average buy. Did I get rid of my AMP? I think I already sold this one because I think I had already made 100% on it. Yeah, I mean, I made 100% on it way back here. Man, imagine if I would have held it. Of course, this is a 3-day chart. Did I? I can look into it later. Anyway, so yeah, AMP on a roll. Jeez Louise. We got our RSI looking good, trending up and to the right, not the opposite way, which we don't want to see. We don't want to see it crumbling over. Let's get rid of the fear and greed. We don't want to see the second peak coming in lower as price is coming up, right? Because then we get a bearish divergence. So that's definitely something I would be looking at. That is a 3-day chart. Let's go to the daily. We're still creating a higher high, so that's good. So we could possibly see some continuation here. Let's go ahead and let's go down to smaller time frames. Very wiki on the 4-hour. Ooh, 1 hour. Maybe it's a little different. Okay, so we are putting in a little bit of a pennant. Let's get rid of this. A little bit of a pennant. All right, so yeah, this is what I would be looking for. It looks like we could get oh, yay, I'm back in profit on my XRP trade. Cool. Let's see. A little bit of a bull pennant. If it can sit here and if it can break out, that would be super cool. It's what they do with customer reserves. A lot safer than FTX. Makes me feel safer using them, even if they won't give proof of reserve. Coinbase doesn't do proof of reserve? I thought they did. I thought Coinbase did. I don't know. Maybe not. But yeah, so what we're looking for on AMP here, of course, is going to be a break of the downtrending resistance. We want to see that break. We do have this high here that we want to get above as well, but maybe we can come up, hit our head on that resistance, the horizontal resistance, come down, test for support, and then move back up to the upside. And then while that's going on, we have the RSI trending to the upside and then possibly starting to curl over. And then we start seeing that bearish divergence starting to get put in. As far as price targets go, this would be a measured move from top of the triangle to the start of the move. And then I'll go to the low of this triangle here. And then we'll see if this lines up with some kind of fib to give us a little bit of confluence. Let me add something to it. Let's add 2.618, 2.382. Nope, 2.618. Pretty close. 3.618. Somewhere in between there. So yeah, this could be going, wow, AMP dropped. I didn't even notice that AMP dropped to less than a penny. Less than a half of a penny. My goodness. That is wild. 0.0024. Jeez. Wait, what was that? Sorry, I've got to go to my app so I can see what you're saying. They don't. They're audited by the SEC every quarter. Well, there is that. AMP straight died. Oh, you mean like during the bear market? Okay. Yeah, 0.0024. That's kind of crazy. Man, imagine if you had held on to that and bought this during the whole bear market. Or even all the way down here. Or even, oh my goodness. This was my average buy. I need to zoom out way more. Here we go. 0.001 on Coinbase. Lowest low, 0.0014. My goodness. Since then, we have gone up. It has gone up almost 10x. Sorry, I just had to take a moment for not buying the dip on AMP. But yeah, I would be looking for, let's see, we're at, actually, let's pull a macro fib. I actually had one on here. Pull this macro fib. Oh, look at where that gets up to. 0.028. 0.028. Probably it's going to come up short on the 3 cents maybe. But yeah, that looks like it's perfect. Let's see what we got on our volume profile. There's like nothing up here. Let's go to Binance. Is it on Binance? Is it on Binance like the weirdos and... No, I guess that's it. What did it just opened up and started dying? It just KuCoin? Anything? Oh man, AMP has just been dying all the way down. Wow. That is just crazy. What if I pull from here, from the very top to down here? Ooh, look at that. Came right up to the golden pocket. Ooh, nope, came up short. Came close to the golden pocket. Came up short there too. Oh, that's interesting. I'd still be looking towards that 3 cent mark. Let's go ahead and pull a volume profile on this top range here. And pull that. And then our value area low is about where we already got to. And then our value area high is just above 3 cents. So that makes a lot of sense. Sense? Get it? Sense? It makes a lot of sense. I've seriously watched AMP since 2021. I literally cannot I have seriously watched AMP since 2021 listing on Coinbase. It's my baby, but it's a hard lesson of bear markets. Yes. Bear markets suck. But at the same time, what an opportunity, you know? What if you just DCA'd all the way down? Incredible. Incredible. Put my chat over here to the side so I can see what's going on. All right, so we're looking at around 3 cents, 0.028 for AMP for the upside, at least for the short term, I would say. We could see a little bit of consolidation here, a little bit of a cooling off, but maybe it won't because it's already starting to try and ramp up. But if I go over to XRP, we can see we did kind of the same thing. Let's do a side by side. Let's do a side by side. Let's change this. Apply these indicators, settings, apply to all. There we go. And on this one, I want to do AMP. Let's do that. Oh, it's already breaking out of the triangle. Look at that. It's already breaking out. All right, here we go. We're doing it live, guys. AMP's breaking out. So let's look at this whole range real quick. Pull a volume profile. See what we're looking like on that. So we're breaking above the value area high. And yeah. This is a 5-minute time frame. Let's zoom out just a tad, 15-minute. That'll help a little bit. So yeah, AMP's getting moving. RSI's turning to the upside. Got to break 0.15, 0.1, where's the high? 0.154. So XRP decided to take a little dump today. And at the same time, and that was right here on AMP. So maybe what we can possibly draw from this is that XRP is taking a little more time to recover, okay? While AMP is getting ready to, looks like it's trying to get ready to go again. It's got to break above this high here. If it can get above that and do maybe a little bit of consolidation on a lower time frame, maybe like a 3-minute, then possibly it can keep on going, break above that, a little bit of consolidation, and then keep on going until we get up to that 3-cent mark. So that's what I'm looking at on AMP. Before I go any further, guys, please consider hitting that like button if you enjoy this content. But also, don't forget, in about a little over an hour and a half, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Billy Goat Tales on X. Go to X, follow at Billy Goat Tales. It'll be posted there tonight. I think the guys are going to be going over how to find like hidden gems, you know, and stuff like that. So it's probably definitely going to be one worth watching, or listening to at least. It's not video, obviously, but yeah, it's probably going to be one worth listening to. Hola, French toaster. Yeah, the goats. Hey, gotta run. Oh, thank you for stopping by, V Slim. Thank you for stopping by, V Slim. In case you didn't hear me. I need to take my daughter to volleyball. Just wanted to stop by and give a like. Thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by and giving that like. Whew. V Slim, it's good to see you. All right, what was next on the chopping block? We've got Matic. Let's go to the Binance chart. What is a new all-time high projection for Matic? That's a good question. Better question is it even going to see a new all-time high? No, I'm kidding. I think it will. We do have equal highs up here. So equal highs, equal lows. Love to be taken out. I wonder if we'll take a little splash below here before we move up below 50 cents. That's interesting. I'm super zoomed out. How long is this? Is this the whole history? I need something with the whole history. Let's go to this one. Yep, that's all the history. Wow. All right, so long consolidation. This is just straight consolidation. I wish my trading view would work. All right. All right, so we did break above and backtest this downtrending resistance. Got a little bounce off of it right here. That's cheating. Hand wave. Yes. Wave at the people, the good people. So yeah, we did break out of this downtrending resistance. Unless this thing keeps going. Let's see, this is a 3-day. Let's go to the daily. Okay. I'm not necessarily liking this while price is moving to the upside. Although consolidation is better than a move up to where we come short of our momentum over here, giving us a bearish divergence. So consolidation might be a little more of what we're wanting to see here, because that could lead to a bigger pop, and that would give us a higher high on our RSI, which would solidify the move to the upside as being strong. So that is something definitely that I would be keeping an eye on. If this thing comes down, I think that would be a little bit better, a little bit of a cooling off for Matic. I think that would be a little bit better for the long-term price action for Matic. Now, the question was, what do I think the all-time high could possibly be? The only real way that I'm going to be even able to somewhat discern that, I'm going to take this range, and you're going to think this is weird, but I'm going to take this range right here, and I'm going to hit clone, and I'm going to move this up. Okay. Then I'm going to take a fib, and I'm going to go from the top to the bottom, and it's that 3.618 almost lines right up with the midpoint of that box. 4.236, 4.236. There we go. So if we were to do a full extension on the Fibonacci, $11.21 is what we would be looking at for Matic. What is the market cap of Matic? $10 Matic doesn't seem too far-fetched. Current market cap is 11 billion. Could Matic get up to 100 billion? I think Matic could get up to 100 billion, because you got to understand, if we pass the $3 trillion mark, even if we don't pass the $3 trillion mark on our total market cap, that money is still going to flow when Bitcoin hits, after Bitcoin, hits its all-time high. Okay. And then, everything kind of has a pullback, and then Bitcoin goes into its retrace. Well, when Bitcoin's going into its retrace, all of those profits that people have already taken off of Bitcoin on the way up, they're loading it up on the way, throwing it in the alts, right? And then eventually you have that one last pullback on Bitcoin, and that's when what that is people doing all their profit taking and doing all of their rotation and putting it into the alts. And then that's why they go skyrocketing when Bitcoin goes into its retracement. And then everything plummets all at the same time. So there's plenty of money. The point is, there's plenty of money to go around to have Matic do a 10x from its current price, which is, what was it again? Matic USD, I think it was $1 something. $1.18. So $11 was $11.36. I mean, I can see that. It's a full Fibonacci extension. It is only a 10x from current price. Yeah. Yeah. That's something I would be looking between. See, personally, same with XRP, same with Cardano, same with Matic. Personally, I'm probably not going to be looking at anything past $5 for myself, for those three assets in particular. Mostly because that is more than a 10x for me from where I bought, and I don't need more than that. And I'm not I'm not trying to chase the maximum gains. I want to make sure that I'm not caught holding my bags when it's all said and done. I want to make sure I am mostly, at least mostly, out of the market when we get to that blow off top phase. I don't want to be stuck holding a bag of anything other than maybe Bitcoin. But even then, kind of just want to load up when it's on its way down. You know, there's a lot of credible people out there that believe, that have seen this whole thing coming, as far as new all-time highs before the halving. And I've seen only a few people that I like, that I've enjoyed their content and enjoy their analysis and think that it's really, really good. And they've been right pretty much the entire time. And that is just that blow off top 2024, maybe early 2025. And then we go into a secular bear market, a multi-year bear market. Now, for those that don't know, I feel like I got to do this because a lot of people don't discern bear markets and bull markets properly, in my opinion. So we have the cycles, okay? So every 4 years, this is how it's been. These are the cycles. We're just going to pretend that these are cycles, okay? This whole part right here is the bear market. Not this part. Let me change colors. Not this part. When you break into new all-time highs, you are not now in a bull market. You have been in a bull market ever since here. Ever since the bottom. Ever since we reversed, you are officially in a bull market. You don't know that you are in a bull market officially until you cross the new all-time high. By then, though, it's already kind of too late. Not too late to get in and make some gains, but you're not just sitting, you're not calling this a bull. This has been a bull market the entire time. Every single bear market is from peak to trough, and every single bull market is from trough to peak. That is what it is. So when people say this is all we have multi-year bear markets, it's not true. It's not true. We have never had a multi-year bear market in Bitcoin. We've averaged about a year. And then once we bottom out, we move up to the upside. So we've never had a multi-year bear market. So a multi-year bear market would look like this. For years. A multi-year bear market means we do not find a bottom for a few years. Like, we just keep going down. I know it sounds impossible, but I promise you, I can't guarantee it because I'm not a financial advisor, but I promise you, it is not impossible to see that in Bitcoin. It's just not. So we never know what can happen. You know, people make the mathematical, arguments for it. It's programmed. It's programmed to do this or that. I mean, that's fine. It is programmed to do this or that. But that doesn't matter if somebody's not willing to pay $1 million per Bitcoin. I mean, it's all about what people are willing to pay for it and what people are willing to sell it for. Now, if people are not willing at all to sell it until it gets to, like, if most people, a majority of sellers, if they're not willing to sell it until it hits $1 million, okay. But a lot of people will be taking profits. The most important people that will be taking profits are the institutions, okay? Because they care more about the dollar. They just do. They care more about the dollar. So that's why they do ETFs instead of buying actual Bitcoin. I mean, technically they're buying actual Bitcoin, but they're not themselves just, their customers are paying for the Bitcoin and they're charging you fees to do something for you. That's all they care about. They just care about the fees. As long as people are speculating on it and making money on it, they don't care. They couldn't care less about the asset, no matter what it is, whether it's Bitcoin or something else. As long as they're making money, they don't care. They'll long it, they'll short it. They're traders. That's what they do. They make money. That's their job. Anyway, I agree. $11 Matic has real world use case and insane sponsorships. Yes, that is saying it down. Alpha spit. Yeah. So I mean, thank you, Indie Rock. So it's not. I'm not trying to put a damper on anything. Everything's fun and it is exciting. I'm not saying it's going to be the end of crypto. Amazon went dead. I know it's not crypto, but still, at the same time, it's one of the largest companies in the world now. But if we go and take a look at the past of Amazon, and we can see that Amazon was basically dead for like how long? This is the .com bust. So from the top to the bottom was 735 days. Almost 2 years till it bottomed out. Cool. And it's been nothing but up and to the right ever since. Okay? So just because we do have a multi-year bear market doesn't mean we won't see this type of move in the future, right? As a matter of fact, probably be a good time to stack sats. So, I mean, it all depends on what's going on, what the narrative is, to be honest with you. I don't know. If Bitcoin, could Bitcoin survive a massive or a multi-year bear market? That is going to be the true question. That is going to be what sets up the future of crypto, I think, is what does Bitcoin do? At least what does Bitcoin do when the big indices, your S&P 500s, your Nasdaqs, your Dows, what does Bitcoin do when those inevitably go into a secular bear market that lasts for years? That's what I want to know. Because Bitcoin, man, S&P just keeps on putting in the freaking highs, man. Blowing through that 4.236 retracement. What is going on? But see, like this right here, this whole thing right here, all of this is a secular bear market. This was the peak. The peak was 2000 of March of 2000. The bottom was the bottom of the great financial crisis. Okay? There's just, all it was one large correction. Double top correction. What you guys saying? Yo, LBC. Who we got in here? Oh, Justin Eubanks. What's going on, brother? At Baseball just dropped in to say, hey. Hey, J Banks, thanks for coming by, man. J Banks. It's my guy. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. So, yeah. This, I mean, that's almost a decade-long bear, like, consolidation period. And this whole thing is a bear market. Technically not. Technically, this is a bull market. But we didn't break new all-time highs. But that doesn't mean this wasn't a bull market. Because technically, that is a bull market. Because from trough to peak. Trough to peak. Low to high. Bull market. High to low. Bear market. So even when you come down into the smaller term time frames, this is a mini bull market. We can call it that. Yes, we are allowed to call it that. Let me check. Yes, we are allowed to call this a mini bull market. bullish and bearish. These are terms that we use, but what they really are market phases and market down phases, where we're either bidding price up or asking it down. We're either that's what it is. We're either bidding price up or bidding it down. It's one of the two. Which one are we doing at that point in time? And in this point of time, in this little section of time, what are we doing? Whatever time that is it the daily, the weekly, the monthly, whatever that is, what are we doing? Now, if we look at the S&P over its history, it has been in nothing but a bull market. Except for this little part right here, but this doesn't count. But it has been in nothing but a bull market, essentially up and to the right, with some corrections along the way, right? So another thing that I want to say that I think people need to know is that one of the best things that you can do, not financial advice, is find solid products, solid assets, whether it be in crypto or in the stock market, preferably not currencies other than crypto, but what else? Metals, maybe even not treasuries and bonds, but assets. Okay, assets and commodities. Over time, if you just buy the dips, it's a meme, but over time, it's up and to the right. Unless it is a bank that failed. First of all, just don't invest in a bank. Second is a business that failed. Okay. But if you diversify, then that's not really too much of a concern. You can just say, I allocate this amount of money to this asset, this amount of money to this commodity, this amount of money to this asset, this amount of money to this and that and this. Diversified, not too much. You want to be able to keep up with it all. But the point is, you're spreading out your risk, okay, in case you're not that risk adverse, but you're spreading out your risk. But over time, if you're just adding to all of those, over time, it should just exponentially grow more and more and more. And it's going to keep doing that so long as they continue to print money. So we might get our corrections. What is this correction here in the S&P? I mean, that's a massive one, 56%. Ooh, great buying opportunity. That's how I look at it. I see a correction in a market. Excuse me. I see it as a buying opportunity, especially in assets that I believe in, especially in strong companies. You know, your Apples, your Disneys, your Microsofts, your Nvidias, all that stuff. Invest in those things. And invest in the indexes, even. Buy the dips. Big dips, buy them. This is a 3-month. This is a 3-month. I could even zoom out, go to the yearly. Okay, we can see down year. Okay, we were down 56%. We closed this year out. Drop another whatever percent, and then we close in the green. Maybe I'll start buying then. But the point is, I'm buying the dip. Buy the dip, and if you just keep putting money in it over time, it just grows, because every single chart that you click on that isn't of a failed project or a failed company or a failed bank, every single one that you click on, the chart logarithmically is going to be up and to the right, unless it is a currency like the Dixie. Then it is just down and to the right. Pike just took off. Yo, Indy Black, French, L. Jones, and all. Yo. All right. You said Pyth. OKX. Let's zoom out a little bit, or zoom in, I should say. Let's getting a little bit of a move. 1 hour. Oh, yeah. There she goes. Off and away. Now, if we are looking for price discovery, that's another thing you could do on the Matic chart, but you can do a nice trend based fib. Put a trend based fib on it. I guess I need to do this a little more. Did this break a high? Yep. This broke a high. Then we consolidate, pick the low, take the low of the consolidation range, and then we are breaking that level right there on the fib. Yep. Ooh. $1.07 coming up for Pive Network, possibly. This is, see, price discovery is tricky. That's why your best friend is an oscillator. When you are in price discovery, sometimes your best thing is an oscillator, especially one that's probably more real time, but an oscillator that will show you a bearish divergence. That will be your best friend when things start going into price discovery. With Bitcoin, I will be looking at it on like a weekly chart because that is what is going to show me the bearish divergence on the weekly. That'll tell me that, hey, we're probably towards the end. Yeah, Pyth is taking off. It's getting a little overheated. That's on your RSI though, but that's only on the 15-minute. I'd like to see it continue to get up here. I'd like to see it break the high on the RSI over here. That way that'll show a little bit more strength in the move. It'll show strength in the move because momentum is matching the price action. So that is what we want to see. Let's take a fib from high to low. What do you know? $1, almost $1.05 again. $1.04.5. So $1.04. Let's just go for $1.04. $1.04 Indie Rock Crypto or Blackie Chan. It's $1 for you guys. What's our altcoin market looking like? Ooh, altcoins. That's what I want to see. Pop. 4 hour daily. So our total altcoin market didn't even crack 2 trillion last bull run. Let's see if it'll crack it this one. How are our mining stocks looking? So, well, first of all, the Russell is in a little bit of Wyckoff accumulation, it looks to me, and looks like it's broken out, gotten a little bit of the test, maybe ready to go again. I would love to see the Russell take off because that is these are your small businesses in the U.S. So if this can get going, I'll feel a lot better about. I mean, I already think Bitcoin and crypto is going to go. I mean, I think what is Raoul Paul calls it the everything bubble. That's kind of what I'm looking at as well, is just kind of everything goes. It's kind of crazy to think about. It's also kind of crazy to think about AI and how that's going to have an impact on everyday life, on jobs. Like, what do humans do in an AI world when AI is taking so many jobs? I mean, we always find something else to do, but you know, it's interesting to think about, like, what does the economy, what does the global economy look like after like 2030? You know, it's kind of, and you know, you kind of have to look into the future. Does this work? Oh, hey. You kind of have to look into the future a little bit. You kind of, in order to really take, or in order to take advantage of markets, you kind of have to be kind of a predictor of sorts. Like you gotta kind of have to think what could be coming down the road. What could AI be doing? How is it going to replace jobs? And what is the human reaction going to be to the replacement of those jobs? Who knows? But anyways, just like to thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate you all. If you don't mind hitting that like button on your way out, that'd be awesome. Also, don't forget Billy Goat tells in 15 minutes. No, an hour and 15 minutes. No, in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, go to X at Billy Goat Tells and join the spaces tonight. Should be a lot of fun. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Hopefully, I get up early enough, bright and early, for a live show. Do they have them to listen to later? Yes. They're all recorded. If you just go to their X account, they're all on there. You can just hit the playback. Thank you for my grind. Well, it's hard, man. You know, you got 3 kids. You got 2 doing softball. You know, they're both doing travel ball. One's in high school doing high school ball, and you know, you got practice 3 times a week. You got a day job that you got to get to and do that. That's not right. There it is. That's not even it either. There it is. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I don't know where I was going with all of that, but yeah, I thank you. Thank you for acknowledging the grind, because it is a grind. So I do appreciate it. I appreciate your support, and thank you for showing up and showing out as always. And I will see you guys at Billy Goat Tales. Thank you. Have a radical evening. See you in the morning. Ride the waves, baby.